Yes, if you're not somewhere comfortable right now, pause for a moment. Move to a place where you can relax. If you want, grab a drink, lean back, and if you can, stretch out your legs. Leave all the weight of the day behind, because in just a moment, we're about to set out on a truly boundless journey together. And by the end of this video, there are two possibilities. You may completely forget who you are and where you are, or on the contrary, you may feel a little closer to your true self. If you're ready, let's begin. According to the latest estimates, the universe is about 46 billion light years in diameter, and it was born a little over 13 billion years ago. So you might ask, how can something that's 13 billion years old be 46 billion light years wide? The answer lies in the expansion of the universe. The universe has been expanding for a very long time, and it's accelerating as it does so, which means the speed of light isn't quite the absolute limit. We often imagine it to be. We can talk about that in detail another time. But when we say 46 billion light years, yes, it sounds enormous. The problem is, numbers like these are incredibly hard to truly grasp. So instead of keeping things abstract, let's try to make them a little more tangible. That's exactly what we'll do today. We'll try to feel how big the universe really is and why we're doing this. We'll talk about that at the end. Let's start from zero, from the pale blue dot beneath our feet, Earth. We don't actually live on such a small planet. For example, if you got into a car and tried to drive around Earth at 100 kilometers per hour without stopping, it would take you more than 40 days. If you say, forget the car, even flying in a passenger plane would still take over 2 days. So yes, this isn't a small planet at all. We've lived on this rocky world for hundreds of thousands of years. We settle, we live, we die, and we still haven't finished with it. What's more, many people leave this life without ever seeing another country, sometimes not even another city, but the mind has no borders. So come with me. Let's leave Earth. Let's go to our closest neighbor, the moon. In photos, it looks so close, doesn't it? On a full moon night, it almost feels like you could reach out and touch it. But the distance between us is 384,400 kilometers. Let's get back in the car. At 100 kilometers per hour, without food breaks, without even stopping for the bathroom, it would take more than 6 months to get there. 6 months. And yet, we made it. So far, only 12 people have walked on the moon. In cosmic terms, that this is the farthest humanity has ever physically reached. But we have time. Let's keep going. Let's widen our view. The other planets come into sight. In illustrations, they look close together, but that's misleading. Showing the true scale is nearly impossible. The solar system is a tiny part of the universe, yet within itself, it's unimaginably vast. Let's get back in the car and try to reach the sun at 100 kilometers per hour without stopping. We'd arrive in about 177 years. By plane, 19 years. The sun, the one we think is right next to us. All right, let's give up on that. What if we head to Neptune instead? By car, over 5,000 years. By plane, 600 years. So yes, the solar system is really, really big. That's why even colonizing just the solar system is a massive dream on its own. But even if we couldn't go, our machines did. Spacecraft are far faster than cars or planes, 30,000 to 40,000 kilometers per hour, sometimes more. Right now, the most distant human-made object in space is Voyager 1, launched in 1977. It has been traveling for over 43 years. It completely left the solar system in 2012. Today, it's about 22 billion kilometers from Earth. Even if we could travel at the speed of light, it would still take 21 hours to reach it. And yes, you can still track its location on NASA's website. Now it's time to leave the neighborhood. But there's a problem. Where exactly does the solar system end? There's no clear answer. Some say Neptune. Some say the Kuiper Belt. Others point to the Oort cloud, a vast region filled with billions of comets. Depending on where you draw the boundary, the distance changes dramatically. If Neptune is the edge, light would take 4 hours. If it's the Oort cloud, a year and a half. 4 hours versus a year and a half. Let's remember what the speed of light really means. Light reaches the moon in 1.3 seconds. It can circle Earth 8 times in 1 second. And yet, leaving the neighborhood can still take a year. We're just getting started. Now let's move to a galactic scale. The closest star to us is Proxima Centauri, about 4.2 light-years away. By car, 47 million years. By plane, 5 million years. At Voyager's speed, 73,000 years, just to reach the nearest star. And this is where you really stop and think. The Milky Way galaxy contains about 400 billion stars. We say billion so casually, but think about it. Counting to 1 million takes 12 days. Counting to 1 billion takes 32 years. And we're talking about hundreds of billions of stars. If each one has a planetary system, that's trillions of possible planets. And this is just one galaxy. The Milky Way is about 120,000 light-years across. If the solar system were the size of a coin, the Milky Way would be nearly the size of a continent. And on that coin, our Earth would be like a barely visible grain of dust. And on that grain of dust, yes, there's us, but we're not done. Let's leave the Milky Way. Let's go to our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda, 2.5 million light-years away. Zoom out a little more, and we encounter the Virgo supercluster containing thousands of galaxies, each one holding hundreds of billions of stars and trillions of planets. Go even farther, and we begin to see quasars, extremely bright objects from the universe's youth. And finally, the cosmic microwave background, the leftover glow of the Big Bang. This is the edge of the observable universe, a region containing about 2 trillion galaxies. And as far as we know today, the observable universe is about 46 billion light-years across. But when we factor in cosmic expansion, the true universe may be 250 times larger, trillions of light-years. And now comes the real question, are you ready? So, what do we do with this? What does knowing all this actually give us? The answer is deeply personal, but throughout history, for philosophers, thinkers, and scientists, this question meant everything. Because the effort to understand the universe and the effort to understand yourself are not separate. We are not something apart from the universe. We are the universe, biologically connected to one another, chemically connected to Earth, and atomically connected to everything that exists. And realizing this changes everything. It makes us more respectful, more compassionate. Yes, we may be very small, but we are just as special because every atom in your body once came from a dying star. When you truly understand that, wars, conflicts, and petty worries lose their meaning because our time is limited and we have to use it well. As always, Until we meet again, I'm glad you're here.